Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗣𝗚𝘅 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Shekhar Iyer ji, and we are going to be talking about the swirling whirlpool of Indian politics. What is going on? Ayaram Gayaram takes a whole new meaning with Paltu Ram. What is he up to? Is he leaving or is he rejoining? Whatever it is, let's get it from the maestro Shekhar Iyer ji. Shekhar ji, Ram Ram, how are you?
Ram, sir. Ram. Sir, I don't know how many of us were we could do the somersaults in our childhood. Of course, now we can't, literally or figuratively. But Nitish has, as kids, I've seen many kids, my cousins and all, they used to do the somersault very fast. Even my younger brother was good at it. Just and tuck, climb up. But Nitish Kumar has kept that going. And all his somersaults end with a oath-taking ceremony. So we are now going to brace up for a vote serving ceremony probably on Sunday, the January 28th. And what has been going on for the last, in fact, I would say last 3-4 days. I think it all started with Karpoori Thakur getting the Bharat Ratna, his mentor, getting Bharat Ratna. And since then, whatever was beneath the surface, happening beneath the surface, has now come to roost. I mean, people are seeing what exactly has been going on, how this Hindi alliance has been operating. And Nitish Kumar was the person who took the initiative to bring all these parties together. And he's the first person to now desert the ship. And is it because the ship is sinking, or is it because the ship refused to sail from the harbor? Because the way things are unfolding now, I mean, at some point you wonder what is it about Bihar politics that politicians can change sides yet retain their votes, retain their caste flock behind them, and and why do even parties, which publicly they said, whether it was a BJP leaders, several BJP leaders, in fact, all those their sayings are which were recorded on YouTube are coming now that never again they will ever align with Nitish. And Nitish too saying, that it is better to die than to align with NDA. And if you remember, sir, last time we discussed about that support as soon as this parliament session ended, winter session, the minister who is very, very anti Nitish, that is Giriraj Singh. Giriraj Singh and Lalu traveled together on a flight from Delhi to Patna. After he got down from the flight, um, Giriraj Singh told reporters that Lalu had told him that Nitish won't be CM anymore. And that disclosure by Giriraj Kishore about the conversation that transpired on flight, that created a lot of halchal, with so much so Tejasvi saying, my father would have never said such things. But right from the time things have been brewing. So two things have to be noted here. When August 2022, when they came together, there was a similar oath taking ceremony after the somersault. He dumped BJP and went there. That time it was said that this is all about making Tejasvi Yadav CM by the holy festival that takes place which is going to take place in March this year. This was supposed to be the ultimate deadline by which time Nitish should hand over the baton to uh, Tejasvi Yadav. And in the meantime, they expected that this alliance would take shape. There would be a secretariat of the alliance. There would be a convener of alliance, and that would be headed by. I mean, that would be handled by Nitish Kumar. For whatever reasons, that did not happen. And Nitish was very upset that his initiative in Patna, then later meetings, did not make an inch even movement forward. They kept saying that we should have further talks, we should have seat adjustment, we should fight the common enemy, that is BJP, we should vanquish Prime Minister Modi. Accepting these 3-4 things which they said at every meeting, it was not moving forward, not even an inch. And that's the time probably Nitish realized that Congress is not interested in making him convener or giving some seriousness to this whole thing. And that Lalu, as we have mentioned in our shows, sir, Lalu himself conveyed it to Sonia and Rahul. आप नीतीश को नहीं बनाना. That is what the impression that Nitish got that even Lalu is siding with Congress to prevent him in getting it. Of course, Nitish came out with all those statements, those statements that मैं किसी post के पीछे नहीं भागता, I'm not interested in anything. I only want to unite the alliance against Modi. BJP को हराना है. All that kind of stuff. But what is coming clear is that the last meeting that took place, that the virtual meeting in which Nitish participated, that is on January 14th. In that meeting, Kharge said that Nitish will become the convener. When Kharge mentioned this, it is Rahul Gandhi who said, let us not make any announcements now, let us discuss it with Mamata and 𝗤𝙗𝙗𝘗. That upset Nitish. That Rahul is, when Kharge has already said it, Rahul is preventing it. Rahul wants to further delay it. But that's not the only trigger, sir, because that is all I will say it is would have been subsequent development. Because the main thing was Lalu was breathing down his neck. Because the deadline was nearing, Holi is the month of March, and things were happening that there was a fear in the mind of Nitish that his closest aide, that is Rajiv Ranjan Lalad Singh, who is a member of parliament, Lok Sabha from Bihar, he was very close to him. He suspected Singh joining hands with Lalu to split some MLAs, take him away, and cause a problem so that Tejasvi Yadav becomes CM. In turn, what Lalan Singh would get, what doesn't know. So angry was Nitish that he called a meeting of the Janata Dal executive and got Rajiv Ranjan Lalan Singh to resign from that post, and he himself took over. That happened just a few days ago. Which means Nitish felt that Lalu was up to something, and Lalu intended to, because he took what Giriraj Singh said very seriously. There will be a new chief minister in Bihar. Now what has happened is, one is he's not getting convenership, and then Congress not serious about, and Congress wasting time because they didn't allow any talks or anything to happen during the period. They were busy with the assembly elections in those three states, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. And more than that, I think that Nitish felt that Lalu is working in tandem with Congress and somehow to get him out. And in the meantime, his statements, for instance, his statement about family, birth control, the kind of thing he said on the floor of the assembly, that became a controversy. And many people started saying that Nitish is actually getting 𝗒𝙗𝘗. And all those remarks hurt Nitish. And Nitish, as such, is a very sensitive person and also very suspicious by nature. He felt that they had made use of his good offices to get the opposition to come together, and subsequently they were not giving him anything. Now the question comes that why did he choose to go back to BJP? Because I think he didn't have any option, and he also realized one more thing, Sree Iyer ji, that if India Alliance were to contest the Lok Sabha elections together, then out of those 40 seats, Janata Dal United may not get to contest more than 4 or 5 seats. Because RJD will take a lion's share, then there is Congress. Because if they go by the assembly seats that they command today, the left parties have 16 seats in Bihar assembly. It would have become very difficult for JDU to ask more. Whereas under the old arrangement, 2019 arrangement, out of the 40 seats, they contested actually the 17 and 17. 34 seats they contested together, and rest were given to other smaller parties. So at least here he can get to contest 16 to 17 seats. And the strike rate can be better. And the other thing is, Nitish realized after the Ram temple inauguration in Ayodhya on January 22nd, the mood in the entire country, and more particularly in the states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, had completely changed. The popularity of Modi had reached new heights, and Modi had moved to a new orbit in terms of popularity, in terms of leadership. And therefore, Nitish probably felt that it is better to go back there, though he has to swallow a lot of things he had said earlier. Never mind, Nitish never minds about whatever he has said. And that is why I think Nitish has decided now, it is very clear that he will go that side. Of course, there are things that are why the delay is because I think they are working out some arrangement. Because within the Bihar BJP, sir, there is a lot of resistance to Nitish. Because they are saying that if you are going to go back, let us at least have, let's get Nitish to support BJP chief minister. That Nitish is refusing. And here, Amit Shah, JB Nadda, they are tempted by Nitish offer to come back for a simple reason. They have kept a target of that BJP should, have a new record, at least 350 plus. So Bihar is very crucial. Return of BJP, return of Nitish Kumar means return of those block of votes behind Nitish, which is that non-Yadav OBC, extremely backward classes, Dalits, Mahadalits, because Nitish has been because he pioneered that social engineering where all these MBCs were created, and after the caste survey and the new quota introduced in Bihar, where he has taken it up to 75%, these extreme backward classes and most backward classes, they all have been allotted separate thing, and Nitish feels that these communities back him now, even more, one should say, even more committed than they were before. And RJD represents the Yadavs, and it has got the support of Muslim votes. So Nitish thought that with BJP he will benefit like they benefited last time from the Prime Minister's campaign, Prime Minister's popularity, plus his party will get to contest more seats. And BJP thought that by bringing him back, they will get back those votes. Now, good question is, how are the other voters going to react? Because for that, BJP doesn't bother about how voters outside Bihar are looking at it. Because outside Bihar, the feeling is that Nitish Kumar, when he joined hands with Lalu, all his image of Susasan, bringing, person who brought in some semblance of a governance in Bihar, when he took over in the 2005, all that has gone. That doesn't matter. But big question, Shreyaji, will all these be settled so easily? Just shifting one somersault and there is a vote ceremony and Nitish is back. Because now I hear Lalu is working to split the RJD. Because there are some Yadav MLAs among the JDU, to split them, to bring them out. Similarly, Nitish is also working on some Congress MLAs. There are 19 Congress MLAs, many of them belonging to upper castes. And they are, because they are seeing the condition, they are seeing the national scenario, they see the local scenario. So there is some kind of operation going on to split the Congress. And also Lalu's people are attempting, because Tejasvi Yadav says, look, everything, it is not so easy to change government in Bihar. That is what Tejasvi, they have not started attacking Nitish. Because the strategy is work for the eventuality, but at the same time, don't say publicly against Nitish anything. So all that Tejasvi said was, it is not easy to change things here in Bihar. So that means there's a lot of things happening there. The next 24 hours, I think you are going to see the things the battle may shift to the floor of the assembly. Because right now, the current speaker of Bihar assembly is a RJD person. And he is very close to Lalu. So if the governments were to change, speaker would be a big stumbling block. So there has to be a vote. Nitish will have to take a fresh vote of confidence. So all this looks like what we can say is that these MLAs, because they have one more year to go, the assembly elections in Bihar are not due until November of 2025. But this is a big blow for India Alliance, sir, whichever way you look at it. The big picture is the opposition against Prime Minister Modi in the run-up to 2024 is crumbling. And nothing can put all this Humpty Dumpty together. Because even if Nitish were to stay back, it's not going to mean anything. And in all this, everybody is seeing the villain of the piece is Rahul Gandhi. Because 30th January, the Rahul will be entering, his yatra is to enter Bihar. And Nitish was supposed to join the platform. And Nitish says, this yatra was worked out without consulting me. Same thing Mamata is saying. Because Rahul is to resume Bengal yatra from 29th. Rather, tomorrow, rather. He is resuming from 28th, 29th. And 30th, he is entering Bihar. But already, sir, what I hear is West Bengal police have denied permission to Rahul Gandhi to hold public meeting in Siliguri. Just as what happened in Assam, where BJP Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma was accused of putting spokes in their yatra. Now here, Bengal police, Mamata probably told these people to see that yatra is not allowed. So the Siliguri police has conveyed to the Congress that there is a police recruitment test going on in Siliguri. A lot of people are taking tests to join the police force, probably at the constable level. They are taking exams, there will be physical tests and all that. So a yatra there will be a big disturbance in that particular venue. Now that is, and he is supposed to cover at least Jalpaiguri, Alipurdar, Uttar Dinajpur and Darjeeling in the next 2 days. Then after that he enters Bihar. On February 4th, there is a meeting of Prime Minister in Betia, where Nitish is supposed to join him there. I think by then, the new government should have taken office. So, we are seeing Mamata also questioning why Rahul undertook this yatra, why we were not discussed. Nitish saying the same thing. Even Akhilesh Yadav. Akhilesh Yadav today unilaterally announced that we have allotted 11 seats to the Congress. Because they had made it very clear they will contest 65 of the 80 Lok Sabha seats. And today, Akhilesh Yadav said Congress will contest 11 seats. Congress has been allotted 11 seats. And we haven't heard from the Congress to this. Congress was demanding at least, we must contest at least 15 seats or 20 seats. Now, how will they respond to this unilateral announcement by Akhilesh that you will contest 11 seats? And Akhilesh has been on record yesterday and today also saying in several interviews he has given, look, when we had formed a Gadbandhan, when we had formed an alliance, this Gadbandhan should have done the campaign. We should have worked out that campaign. If they are taking out a yatra, why did not they consult the allies? Now, there, I would call it accusation, but what they are pointing out is, despite a Gadbandhan being formed, despite an alliance which has had several meetings over a period of, say, from June last year, Congress unilaterally decided that Rahul should be on a yatra. And these allies say that Congress planned this yatra because they wanted to project Rahul rather than the alliance. That's the main grievance of both Mamata, Nitish Kumar as well as Akhilesh. If Congress was working towards an alliance, why was Rahul keen on his yatra, which is to project him the run-up to this election? And within the Congress party, people are saying that all this is going on, what is the need for yatra? पहले तो ये ठीक कर लो. At least fix this. Which are the seats you are going to contest? How many seats Congress will contest? What is the position of the alliance partners? Nothing was decided. He straight went on on his yatra. The things have come to such a pass so fast. People are saying the only ally that will be left for Congress will be DMK in Tamil Nadu. Otherwise, in Maharashtra also there is a problem with seat sharing. Sena of Uddhav Thackeray and Congress is having a problem. And the other thing we are saying is, because of all these developments, Sonia called Rahul to come back from Assam straight away. That's why 26, he took off yesterday and today. Because she called him and said, look, things are going out of control. This is what I heard. And poor Mallikarjun Kharge, sir, he is holding forth. So today he says, I don't know what is happening. Nothing as JDU has told us. JD never tells the party when it is leaving their company. It only does a somersault and next moment he is in the Rajbhavan, Nitish Kumar, to take oath. This is what he has done 4 times. Now, Kharge says, I tried calling up Kharge. I mean, Nitish, he's not picking up my phone. I called up Mamata. Mamata is not picking up my phone. Sir, when phones are not picked up, that means it's not just lover stiff. This is more serious than that. Sree ji.
Yes, thank you, sir. I have a slightly different take. I mean, I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of some of the regional parties. Shekhar ji, just go back a few months. Karnataka, the minorities aligned behind Congress at the expense of a regional party. Then, Telangana, the minorities aligned with Congress at the expense of a regional party. What is TMC? A regional party. What is JDU? A regional party. What is Samajwadi Party? A regional party. What they are all afraid of is that Congress is trying to suck the oxygen of minority vote from under their sails. If something like that is being suspected, because otherwise this Nyaya Yatra would not have happened. My gut feeling is, all this comes down to one question that I have for you, Shekhar ji. Before I ask the question, may I request our editor to put up the current assembly position in Bihar, just on the outside chance that it goes to the assembly for a vote, and some people end up cross-voting, what will happen? So if you could just get the latest assembly position in Bihar assembly, and we can share that to our viewers as to how many numbers are needed to make sure that one side or the other one is going to win decisively. Sir, my question to you is this. How good is the booth level strength of Congress in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal? These are the three big states.
Sir, no booth level strength. They have never done that kind of. In fact, now they are working on some kind of an arrangement where they want to take care of booths. I mean, following the BJP's model. Unlike BJP, Congress has never concentrated on booths. They have had workers. They have a workers' presence in all the booths, but there has never been a mechanism to interact with the booth level workers to take feedback. That has not been there, because that is an organizational neglect that we have seen for a long time in the Congress. Because Congress at one time was seen to be only political party that had an organizational setup in almost every state in this country. I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago, or even earlier. They used to say कि कहीं भी चले जाओ, आप पूछोगे कांग्रेस की दफ्तर कहाँ है, they will show you some small house or a small room or somewhere. They say this is Congress office. And if you go there in the evening, some people will be sitting there reading newspapers, but some hangers on will be there. But Congress had such a system. But that got neglected because those system was basically patronage system, where whoever in that local area could get some things done or got some work done. And that is how that kind of pyramid was built. But unlike BJP is very particular about this booth level management. In fact, they have had booth level conferences, constituency level conferences, and that has been absent in the Congress. So they don't have a booth level presence. They they win in those places where there is a good coalition arrangement. Yeah, there is a good understanding, and the votes get transferred. Now, in Bihar, particularly, what has happened initially, sir, when Congress was in power in Bihar, their main vote base was Brahmins. You had Muslims and Dalits, but that has subsequently changed. Now we have in our screens we are seeing the party position in Bihar Assembly. Now the halfway mark is 122. If BJP and JDU come together, it is sufficient. There is no problem. And if RJD were to take the initiative, if RJD, Congress plus left, they would be short of 7 or 8. In fact, if
RJD, we have the graphic on display here. Sir, it is razor thin, sir. 77 yes. Plus 45 is 122. There you go. BJP has 77. Janata Dal United has 45. Together is 122. Exactly what is needed. even if one person abstains or if one person jumps ship,
Yes.
could be a problem, sir.
123 they have. And sir, you have to include another 4 of that arm. That is Jiten Ram Maji's party is also in NDA. The 4 Hindustani Arm Morcha of Jiten Ram Maji, that is in this NDA alliance.
Okay.
So that gives them that edge. But Lalu has been talking to Jiten Ram Maji's son, promising him that he'll be made deputy CM if you come over. But now the latest is Jiten Ram Maji has already declared support for the NDA. He says that we'll go by whatever BJP decides. Because Jiten Ram Maji had quarreled with Nitish Kumar because Nitish Kumar had resigned when there was a case against him and made Jiten Ram Maji as CM. Then when he was cleared of this case, he wanted to come back. At that time, Jiten Ram Maji refused to resign. And Jiten Ram Maji belongs to the Mushiari community, which is extremely backward. Mushiari means people who used to thrive on rats for sustenance. Mushiaris. Now, there are 19 members of the Congress party. That is a figure that this BJP plus JDU is looking at. I mean, that they are looking at that 19 votes, whether they will split. I'm told Nitish Kumar's people are talking to the Congress. So Congress wanted to shepherd all their MLAs to Purnia. But finally, they postponed that meeting also.
But see, my overarching thing here is BJP thinks that they can localize the impact of taking back a Paltu Ram to the politics of Bihar. Things don't work that way. There are Kurmis in UP, there are Kurmis in other parts of other states. So there will be some blowback there. And I don't know, I'm not convinced that this is being done to essentially break Congress. Because, sir, one thing we have to remember, let us say worst case, right? Worst case, Congress goes it alone in West Bengal, Congress goes it alone in Bihar and in Uttar Pradesh. And then, see, this is a all or none game, in my opinion, sir. Again, if these guys have already lost North, then why not go for broke and say we are contesting ourselves and we are your saviors, we are your guardian, we are your alpha, we are your omega, we are everything. Vote for us, be secure. Something like that. Nation is in danger, Islam is in danger. Ram Mandir ka opposite story, right? If something like that happens, and if the minority votes for Congress, forget about the result, Shekhar ji, because we are going to look at the percentage of vote share. If something like that happens, then it is curtains for all these regional parties, sir.
Oh, that is there. This very fact that the alliance, everybody needs alliance, sir. Not just the Congress party. Now, Congress party will not be alone in Bihar because they will have Lalu's company, because Lalu and Congress are steadfast friends. There is no problem there. They will have the company. But the question is, Lalu's party means Yadav votes. Congress has got, and Lalu has got both support among the minorities also. Now, Lalu's vote, I mean, Congress vote means some upper caste votes. But the major chunk of the votes are, you have is these MBCs, which is with Nitish Kumar. That is why for Lalu also it was important. And the success strike rate of Lalu, I mean, RJD plus JDU is higher for the simple fact the entire OBC community, along the scheduled caste, they would have all voted together. That was why this alliance was seen as very formidable alliance. Because they had left and they had radical left also. The left parties have 16 seats. Even CPI-ML, Marxist-Leninist, the radical left has also got some seats in Bihar Assembly. So among that 60, there are parties belonging. I think there are 4 MLAs belonging to CPI-ML. So therefore, this thing that is happening, this churning is happening, is every party requires the other party because of the caste following that they bring to the table. So that is why today Lalu is very upset that all that carefully orchestrated thing to see that finally Nitish moves out of CM's post and his son takes over, is coming unstuck. And Congress is because the Congress is lost the game because it was not focusing on what has to be focused on. They were more bothered about this yatra, as you mentioned. And they think that we have to strengthen the Congress party now. No, you can strengthen the Congress party, but yatra, this is not the time for yatra, which many party people fed. Then this Ram Temple thing, sir, in which Congress made a huge blunder of, trying to mock at the inaugural of the Ram Temple. That has also proved to be a very serious issue. And many people are saying that Congress should have gone to the inaugural and then they could have taken the issues later up. Now that Ram Temple is making huge waves, thousands and lakhs of people are thronging, for darshan. They are there. Ayodhya every day. Elaborate arrangements have been made to see that. And the request, Prime Minister has told his cabinet colleagues, members of parliament, members of legislative assembly. Similarly, Yogi has also appealed that no VIP should come to Ayodhya now. Because let the common people have darshan. That is the appeal that has gone out. And you are seeing a lot of people are coming. Lot of people are coming. So Ram Temple has its own traction, and at the same time, people are seeing that this is a very big thing that has happened in this beginning of this year that will have a tremendous impact in the days to come. Because those who are seen as opposing it will be bringing in the political angle. Otherwise, there would have been no political angle. People are just happy. Those who are the very faithful and those who are devotees, they feel that big thing has happened. Otherwise, those who wish to ignore can ignore. But the way in which the Congress has approached this subject and Rahul Gandhi's utterances and Congress leaders personally visiting Ayodhya and saying that they differ from the party view, all this has only added to a situation where Congress is seen as a party that is opposed to Ram Temple. Sir.
Well, who understands some of these things? But my gut feeling is that Congress would like to recreate a Telangana in every state, especially those where the regional parties are in power, because they may feel rightly or wrongly, I don't know, that these are the ones that can be dislodged. BJP has a certain discipline, a certain cadre, and they are not going to switch allegiances so easily. But parties like TMC or JDS, not JDS, what is that, RJD, who knows? Maybe Yadavs will stick with them, but they are not looking at Yadavs. Which percentage is growing faster than the rest, sir? It is the Muslim minority in India. And that one, the Modi government will have to tackle it in a way that they will accept also. It has to be the minority. That is, I'm being very specific. I don't care. I'm not in politics. Muslims cannot exceed 15% of India's population. Unless you draw that line, this is another problem that India will face down the road. Somehow this has to be put in. I don't know how. I mean, I'm just telling you, easy for me to say, this is the statement of the problem. I don't have the solution for this. But Shekhar ji, this is what I feel Congress is after. They are still playing for the long run, long haul, and they want to basically pull away that oxygen that these people thrive on. Imagine if Mamata doesn't get 35, that 100% of the 35% so-called Muslim vote, she gets only 40%, and Congress gets 50-55%. Both will lose. That is a different matter. But it's always the devil is in the details, sir. This is just my 2 cents. I don't know whether you agree with me or not. Then we can go to questions.
No, sir. I mean, you are right partially, because I would say, because that 15%, see, sir, I have always felt that the basic mistake these parties, so-called secular parties, make is, once you change those 15%, automatically there is a polarization towards the other 85%. Now, with the Ram Temple mood, sir, if you are going to again do the same minoritism, that is only backfire, which is already, that is why today Congress faces such a backlash. The Congress cadres are feeling this. Why, our battle was with BJP, rather is with BJP. But why did we get into this as if we are opposed to Ram Temple? I mean, this is what I get to hear from everybody. Why did we do this? At least let us acknowledge that this is a big thing that has happened. Even now, sir, many Congress leaders are saying, but ye kya hai? Abhi khatam kar do. See, their calculation was, as you said, sir, those who are with the BJP on account of temple, they will not come if we acknowledge the temple or go there. So they decided that they will be where they are. So हमें जाना ना है, जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. We need not go. But the problem is that Congress cannot afford to ignore the other 85%, which is already being attracted towards Modi, and even within the 15% in many states, it's not fully committed against Modi. So therefore, with this kind of change that is happening, and also, sir, the biggest failure of the Congress has been they went on talking about putting up one common candidate against the NDA. That is, they said 400 candidates will put up. And they didn't have a blueprint for those 250, 300 seats where they are in direct conflict with BJP. So that's why Mamata, Akhilesh, they all have been saying, look, you have seats where you have to focus, which are against BJP. आप वो सब छोड़ के हमारे पीछे आ रहे हो. You want seat adjustment here. And without settling the seats, without settling these formulas and all that, Rahul just left the scene. Because even now, I think there may be a clamor that Rahul should just wind up this yatra and focus on these things. And sir, Kharge was elected Congress president. But everybody knows that Kharge is naam ke vaste, because final call will be taken by Rahul. He is just a buffer in between Rahul and the others. That's all. And Mamata is upset that whenever we suggested why not make Kharge the prime ministerial candidate, she felt that Congress was out to project Rahul. Rather than work for an alliance to go together, have a joint campaign and things like that. They had kept January 31st as the date by which time the joint campaign would have started. Now there is no sign of this joint campaign. What to talk of joint campaign? Now even the alliance doesn't stand. Sir.
Sir, somewhere something is wrong in the sense whoever is advising Rahul Gandhi probably is telling him, look, just go and show up. You could do miracles in Karnataka and Telangana just by having the yatra go through there. Do the same thing. See how Annamalai is drawing crowds. I don't know if they'll use that as a metaphor. Bharat Jodo Yatra was there, I guess, even before Annamalai started his stuff. So they may be just saying, just show up and you will win all the votes you need. Unless there is something else these people have, a card trick. What about the SC/STs, sir? Do you think they will tilt towards Congress?
No, sir. Already BJP has made inroads in several states. In fact, today, the current as Lok Sabha, a large chunk of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe members of parliament belong to BJP. I mean, that's a sector that BJP has not allowed, has taken good care. It's not so easy to get people from there. Because BJP is more methodical in these things, sir. That is something that has been acknowledged by its rivals. They are very methodical. The Congress problem is too much of focus on Rahul Gandhi, which Rahul Gandhi has desired, the family has desired, the party has desired, at the cost of the alliance. That is a common refrain I can see coming from all these leaders. But गठबंधन को क्या हुआ? गठबंधन हमने किया था. What has happened to this alliance?
So how did Sonia? Sorry, sir. Finish. I thought you were done.
No, sir. See, so they feel that Congress is keen on projecting Rahul, though we made it very clear at the beginning that we don't want to be led by Rahul, because we feel that Rahul is a losing proposition. And sir, there is bad chemistry between Rahul and Mamata for a long time. I mean, there's nothing new. Because, sir, in 2016, when Mamata had met Sonia, I know for a fact, I had heard from Trinamool people. Mamata told Sonia Gandhi that, the BJP has grown now. It is a problem for all of us. So why not Congress support the regional parties? To which Sonia said, look, how can you expect Congress to abdicate its role of being the main opposition? Because this happened in 2016. How can we abdicate our role? After that, you saw, sir, in 2019, no efforts was even made for kind of a, grand alliance or anything. Or, this kind of India alliance. And now in 2024, when they have started taking efforts from last year, things could have been done, handled better. This is what these regional parties are saying. Because they say, look, our idea of putting up a joint candidate was to see that our votes are not divided.
How did they manage in 2004, sir? Similar situation?
Sir, similar situation because Sonia, they did contest elections together, but she put together an alliance. Many places, it was not a very grand thing. But then what Sonia could do was get all these parties to come together. And by making them come together, she ensured that the BJP, and also the fact that the BJP's numbers went down because of parties like TDP not doing well and BJP itself not doing well in many places. And that was one factor which Sonia managed, because Sonia could get these people together. But in the case of Rahul, his chemistry with both alliance leaders is not great. In Sonia's case, in fact, people have complimented her on that. That is how she brought them together, by talking to them. And she was seen as a very reasonable leader by these alliance partners. Reasonable as to their concerns and all that. And she had a better counsel assisting her. She had a lot of senior leaders like Pranab Mukherjee and others. That is something which is not there now. Because it's entirely a new, young setup which feels that Congress has to revive. But then you cannot revive the party during elections. Revival is an activity you do in the non-election time. When elections have come, you have to fight the elections. That would require, finalizing your alliances, deciding on the seats to be contested, deciding on the right candidates for those seats. These are the focus areas. Then you go for campaigning, and that campaign cannot be on a yatra, because you will have to cover as many constituencies as possible. But Rahul insisted, and what Rahul thinks is right, because the Congress party dare not question his approach or his methodology. Sir.
Interesting that a party whose leader doesn't want to actually be in politics is listening to that person, and it's like people keep making fun saying that Rahul Gandhi is the biggest vote getter for BJP, and the man is bent upon proving this again and again and again and again. What can I say? Somewhere Congress needs to understand how to retool their entire apparatus so they look credible in places where they used to be in power, not anymore. That credibility is an important thing. It's earned over a period of time. Like you said, you have to start right after the elections, because it takes a long time, and learn from mistakes. Be a good listener. I can put 4 or 5 things, sir, and I don't see I can check, say, okay, Rahul is a good listener. Rahul actually takes the trouble to visit people to understand their problems, or he has sensible suggestions. I don't see any of that stuff. So clearly, whoever he's listening to is giving him bad advice. But if you yourself are not capable of judging good advice from bad advice, having lost so many elections, what is the point in keeping him there? Don't look at what US and other countries are saying, that's only because this guy can speak somewhat fluent English. They don't speak anything else. They can't sit down and talk to Nitish Babu in his Hindi. The 𝗤𝗚𝘅 guys learnt it by reading books, and they are not supposed to be taking political sides. So what I'm trying to say, sir, is this is the reason why they're propping this guy up. If there's a good English-speaking guy, like for example KTR, right? Somewhere that thing got crossed. He's a very good speaker in English, and he's a very articulate guy. He is passionate. He can go in and explain why people should be listening to him. I think that's what KCR, Chandrasekhar Rao, was thinking, that I will go to center, I'll make this guy the chief minister, and then, that will pave way for his rise and for the party also to do well, blah, blah, blah. He himself has lost now. Politics is a strange game, Shekhar. I'll let you conclude and then we'll take some questions.
Exactly, sir. But then Rahul is not going anywhere, sir. He is going to be where he is, and I think he's very much interested in what he is doing, but he wants to do it in his own way. And the impression that he gives at sometimes that he's reluctant, but rather I get the feeling that maybe that phase of reluctance is over, but he is more keen on doing things his own way, and he feels that he has time on his side. I do not know how he thinks he has time on his side, but the feeling is he and his team, his young people, they feel, look, people have to one day get fed up with BJP. People have to one day get fed up with Modi. But to which BJP people say, अभी तो शुरू हुई है कहानी, अभी से खत्म हो जाएगा सोचना is not correct. And then, sir, Modi is constantly reinventing himself. In fact, he is reinventing their aspirations. He is giving new meanings, new templates. Now he has moved from Ram Temple. From Ram Temple, he is talking about nation building. That's why he says, from Dev to Desh, in a speech from Ayodhya, you will have to consider this country, this entire country is the Bhumi, abode of Lord Ram, and try to bring in Ram Rajya. See, he is already talking on a different path. And he is not directly, made any political statement on Ram Temple. Direct statement. So when Modi is reinventing, he's looking at deliverables, he's looking at several other things. I think Congress has not worked out a strategy that can really match up to what the Prime Minister is proposing to do and the way things are shaping up at that end.
Thank you, sir. Now let's take a few questions. Pawan Kishore wants to know, Namaskaram, sir. Why is BJP encouraging Paltu Ram again? How can they trust him? How true is the perception that whichever alliance Paltu Ram will face a defeat in election?
Yes, why they want to welcome Paltu Ram? I mean, as I said earlier, it is because of the vote that he commands, because he belongs to a particular community, Kurbi community, and he's the tallest leader among those community, and he is also tallest leader among the non-Yadav backward classes in Bihar. And that is the reason why even the India Alliance was once thinking of projecting him or giving him some role. But then Prime Ministership is some issue which Congress never wanted it to be discussed in the alliance. Never. They kept saying this will come later, because they were thinking, in fact, before the Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh fiasco for them, they thought they will win all this. They'll have a better bargaining power and they can completely take over the alliance management. That did not work, and then the results were completely contrary to their expectation in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. And that has taken away the shine out of the Congress. So,
next question, please. Bangalore Ranga wants to know, Jai Sri Ram, Nitesh is untrustworthy and BJP has experienced it. What was the compulsion to take him into NDA? If he turns his coat again, will he be accepted by DOTS alliance?
no, sir, everybody knows he is a turncoat. Everybody knows Paltu Ram. Sir, at one time we had what is called Gaya Ram and Aya Rams. And it is Lalu himself who gave him this moniker that he's a Paltu Ram. But same Lalu did not mind to shake hands with him and form this coalition which is running in August of 2022. Sir,
next question, please.
Sir.
Sir, go ahead, sir. I thought you had finished your thought.
No, I'm saying so long as voters of Bihar, if they vote in terms of castes, then I think parties will have to see that, have to adapt to this situation.
Very true, very true. Rohit Akshay wants to know, Hare Krishna to Shekhar and Sree Iyer ji. When can we expect the fuel prices to come down by rupees 10 per litre as promised by the government?
Anyway, you are having the budget on February 1st. Whether before that or some adjustments will be there, definitely cylinder prices have been going down. And so one can see some relief because it is food inflation plus this fuel prices. That is two areas which have been a matter of concern, in terms of our economy. And therefore, I think there will be the run up to the elections before the actual election dates are announced. There could be further fall in fuel prices.
Next one, please. Ajay Nagendra wants to know, keeping politics and impact on the elections aside, do you feel BJP has failed in cracking the caste equation in Bihar and at the same time not been able to develop leaders in Bihar?
No, what I would like to tell Ajay ji is that, look, it is not, it's not a failure, it's a work in progress. It is because of the nature of the BJP, Bihar's demography, the caste arithmetic. It has been very difficult for BJP because BJP was essentially seen at one point in time as upper caste, mostly Bhumiyars and Thakurs and things like that. But they have been working systematically to encourage more and more MBC leaders. That's why Nitish Kumar and BJP was a formidable combination, which benefited them both. Because Nitish managed to get the upper caste votes and BJP managed to get these MBC votes. Sir.
Next question, please. Kushanand Keshavji wants to know, is Karnataka government going to crumble before elections with one of the important leaders, Shekhar, going back to BJP and more to follow him, more so after the unbelievable popularity of Modi now?
Well, government will not fall there in Karnataka because they have numbers on their side. They have very comfortable numbers there. But what is happening is a lot of leaders are getting restive. And in the case of Shekhar was a big shock. Jagdish Shettar was brought with a lot of fanfare into the Congress from the BJP and he was given a ticket. And then his outburst against BJP as the tallest Lingayat leader, one of the tallest Lingayat leader, and once a former close associate of Yediyurappa, that affected BJP. Now that he is coming back and somehow BJP hopes that there will be now reconsolidation of Lingayat votes in favor of BJP as it existed before.
With that, we come to a close of today's Destiny's Child. Last question. Is RBI launching a new denomination of currency notes in February? Rumors are that this time Balu may not feature in it. Babu, I think what he means is Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah.
Well,
Bapu.
Yeah. At the moment, we do not have any information as to what will be featured in the new currency notes. They are always working on coins or currency notes. But then overall idea is also to curb the circulation of currencies and they encourage more digital transactions.
Yes, indeed. I think that's all there is. Let's wait and see how it goes. Thank you once again, Shekharji, and we'll see you again on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Wonderful weekend, sir. What is left of it, of course. And as the world turns, who knows what's going to happen? 3 days is a long time in politics. Namaskar.
Namaskar.